昨天感觉到了高潮。
Warning, warning.
Hey Dawkins, forget the outside. Come look at this. Some guys cracked it. They found the correct pronunciation.
For real? They better be serious if this is some kind of prank.
哎，因为本身
换剪刀，换菜刀。
我们家那个门口坏了，这老哥也GG了。我们家那个就是磨剪刀的时候会吆喝，但是他会拿那个大喇叭。这好像好久没有人在吆喝了，是不是不让吆喝了？以前小时候还有那个吆喝，还进到那个小区里头，现在都没了。
Ulrich, Dawkins, Victor, Richard, are you in there? Listen, if you receive the pronunciation of the incantation, do not recite it, do not write it down, do not pass it on. I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. I'm trying to save you.
Warning, warning. All personnel stay away from their communication terminals. Do not recite any messages on the screen. Repeat, do not recite the incantation. Do not recite the
哎，对对对，他就大概那么喊，然后还会拿个那个小铁片儿，会有那个啪啦啪啦的声音。
Richard?
哎，GG，而且我已经被剧透了，剧透的被今天刷抖音。
我都没见过。
他有的时候在我们家那个小区门口，就磨菜刀。我妈有之前还去磨过呢。我说你别拿个菜刀，直接就拿出去，你裹块布裹一下，省着人家害怕你。
Don't speak. We're going to the recap center.
我被剧透了，说除了进侄子的解锁以外，所有人全记了。
乐宝睡不醒说：“好，你又给我剧透了。”
我去刷抖音的时候又被剧透了。现在这种一有什么二游更新新剧情，
虽然根本不看。
我其实也是，我其实之前在1999之前也不看剧情，我就觉得剧情写巨烂啊！除了原神，他强制我看剧情以外，能跳过的我都跳过。然后，但他是英语配音嘛，我就特别好奇，我就测试的时候看了一下大家录的那个测试的剧情，我觉得写的好好，就是写的好，然后就开始，然后从此开始看那个剧情。
We have invited a disaster. It is a curse, even more unpredictable, unstable, and uncontrollable than the mask. Dora crumbled to dust. Richard cracked like dry land, and Dawkins turned into a statue of mud. And Victor, he vanished. We've tried everything, but he's nowhere to be found. Yet he's here, typing, sending emails, getting to know for me. All of these catastrophic events, and only 3 words were uttered. 3.
有一说还算不错，变得透明了，起码还有理智。那前面几个是不是都记了？
What are we dealing with, Madam Lucy? Which deity are we provoking and stealing from?
Get some rest, Mr. Adler. Your mission is complete. Other researchers will take it from here.
You what? Are you not going to call it off? After all that's happened?
The research must go on. The authenticity of the incantation and the fact that any arcanist can recite it were revealed to us through this unexpected mishap. Now, a new question arises. How can we eliminate the side effects? From now on, we no longer require the help of human researchers. Only Arcanum can lift a curse of Arcanum.
"37! Stay with me. I'll get you out. Is this Six's scroll?
+1, -1, +2, -3, 3, -3, +2, -1, +1. I see.
Easy.
I understand now.
What did you say? 37. Are you feeling better now?
They're numbers, Vertin. 6's scroll reconciled the gap between the supreme existence and me. I can now hear and understand. The answer to my question, the solution to free us from the emanation, the response Apiron promised me, is a string of numbers.
不要诵读，不要传播。
We got it. The key to the gate of truth. Apiron has answered me. This is the final solution. We must leave here at once. We have to tell everyone.
I am so proud of you, 37. We will save everyone. But there's one thing I don't understand.
And that is?
Six. His scroll saved
诶，我的大乱斗怎么没开？匹配。
your life. Maybe he foresaw the dangers and protected you from it, so you can leave there almost unharmed. But what was he trying to tell you? When he warned you about the collapse of your world as you know it?
Mind your step, everyone. We are passing the wall of truth. The wall will come crashing down if false words are spoken. Silence is advised here, unless circumstances dictate otherwise. $888?
Forgive me, but this seems to be the right moment for some long-neglected questions to be answered.
Oh.
Perhaps, but hardly appropriate or righteous.
怎么的？你们想篡位是怎么的？
We will talk of righteousness after you've shared what you know, Six. You've been silent for too long. 4 years have passed since you became Six, and for 4 years, you have been hiding things from us. The long-neglected questions have created a cloud of doubt between us. And now the boulder of fate is falling on us, and we are teetering on the brink of destruction. It's time to be honest and true to your people, while you still have them. We are the seekers of truth. It is unjust to keep us from it. Let the wall of truth bear witness. I want nothing but an answer from you. I am not here to provoke untimely conflicts.
Answer her, Six. You should be glad that I am not the interrogator here, because the wall would have collapsed immediately. You may lie, but the wall will fall. You may stay silent, then I will lie to break the silence and the wall. Or maybe you could outwit the wall with the liar's paradox. Only sadly, I have tested it for you. One cannot deceive it by stating, I'm lying. After all, it's a test of morality, not logic. It needs your honesty, not your wit or anything else.
What do you wish to know?
What else? The most important question, of course. The question about the essence. Why has our research stagnated for the past 4 years? Why did we fail to predict the emanation in 1929 and again in this time?
他咋知道呀？
Have we misunderstood the premise? What if the emanation is not a manifestation of the transcendental law at all?
有点太超纲了吧？
果果椅子鸭说：“举白旗。”龙泉杀 Sansa 下划线 CH 说：“来了来了。”乐宝睡不醒说：“怎么说脏话呢 ？Dog。”果果椅子鸭说：“你怎么没开麦？”
来了来了，欢迎果物的椅子。你怎么又换名字啦？差点没认出来，要不是你有个21等级，压根没认出来是你。还有刚才是谁来着？欢迎那个。
果果椅子鸭说：“2233塔罗牌下划线，不愧是我。”
刚才说是去 WC 了，但实际上是陪我妈晾衣服。但是因为我那个字上是 WC， 我就说行 ，WC 就 WC， 反正人不在。
Worshippers worship, thinkers think, governors govern, and researchers research. Your questions are not mine to answer, 210. A 6 has no expertise on the study of the emanation. I'm not qualified to answer about its essence.
Your question is too abstract, 210. Don't dance around the subject, 6. The wisdom has been passed on to you, as it has to every other 6. You have inherited not only knowledge and insight, but also the memories of your predecessors. You must know the answer, for it is part of your inheritance. Tell us this, the last leader of the study of the emanation, 77. What question did she bring to appear on, and what answer did she receive? I watched her walk into the cave and come out unharmed. I watched her, and the previous 6 boarded the ship in search of answers in the phenomenal world. The ship didn't come back in time. The emanation caught them. And that was only the beginning of our misfortunes. The model failed. Our whereabouts were revealed. Hysteria now poisons the minds of our people, and the empirical knowledge accumulated over the years suddenly no longer applies to the current situation. Why? What did she find out? Could it be that something's happened to the transcendental law above? Has the truth we believed in changed?
Hippasus discovered the secrets of Route 2 and toppled Pythagoras' school of thought. The controversy surrounding Newton and infinitesimals presented a challenge to the groundwork of calculus. Russell's self-referential paradox sparked the third mathematical crisis. Though such theory was eventually perfected, the lessons on self-referentiality remained.
什么意思？只给不给自己剃胡子理发师，要不要给自己剃胡子？什么意思？
In the end, Gödel's incompleteness theorems showed that proving or disproving everything is impossible. Therefore, absolute knowledge is unattainable. The boulder of fate will tumble down its peak, whether 37 is the one pushing it or not. However hard Oedipus tried to defy destiny, his path to tragedy remained unchanged.
You're talking in riddles again.
I should thank you for bringing the question here, 888, so I may finally speak the truth. 77 did ask about the essence of the emanation. She asked, what happened to the supreme existence? What plunged the world into madness?
我还以为是那种很模糊
The
的那种
answer
传承。
was disorder and chaos.
啥意思？他们眼前真理以外的东西引发。
You knew this all along, from the first day of your revelation, when you became 6. You knew that the emanation was not a manifestation of the transcendental law and patterns above, but rather a symptom of its utter disorder and chaos? And you knew that the transcendental realm of numbers was no more, and that the essence of Pneuma, the one true form we believed in, had become an ever-changing existence like the irrational numbers? "4 years. You kept this to yourself for 4 years. Why? Was it for a false sense of peace?
证明世界是一个巨大的无理
Did
数
you。deceive us to prevent the realization that our research would be in vain?
It's time to halt the bickering. Get everyone out of here now.
Pray to the gods for what you are about to do, and pray that all goes well. Once familiar with this practice, you will understand the constitution of both eternal gods and mortal men.
Huh? What happened? Did they not carry out the cleansing ceremony?
You will know the extent of all things, the boundaries of their entirety, and what connects them together.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake? No, this is... The large-scale ritual on this island is undoing itself?
You will see, as you should, that the nature of the universe flows in all things alike.
Why is our circle gone?
Thus, you will not hope for what is beyond your reach, and you will not be deceived. Pray, my friends. Pray for yourselves and pray for everyone. Pray for all the suffering and misery around you. Reach into the unseeable darkness and pray to the unknowable Supreme. Speak your hopes, for you are a finite creature yearning to transcend its own existence. The determination that once helped us overcome our insignificance and touch the light of Pneuma should guide us once more.
Where are you going?
To the cave. The trial is not over. The final cleansing is yet to come. There are still duties to fulfill.
Here is a well-known question you must have heard. What goes on 4 legs?
能吃豆子，东西不要去碰白宫，这是之前那个剧情里的东西吧。
Where am I? Did the earthquake do this? I was in the cave with 37. Is the timer broken?
Hey, Vertin! Here you are! Yeah. Come! People are waiting. The feast is going to start.
Feast?
Yes! Today's the big day! We're celebrating because we kicked Manus Vindicte off the island, found the key to storm immunity, and saved the Numbers people from great disaster.
What?
Come on, Vertin! You'll miss out on the delicious honey-roasted rabbit.
Wait, Regulus, you just kicked over something.
What? What is it? Something for the cattle? Whoever left this here nearly tripped this great captain. Forget it. Come, Vertin! What are you still doing there?
Ah, nice wine. Did you make it yourself?
Careful, Miss Lilia. Too much wine can corrupt one's body and will. Besides, you are already halfway through our stock for the year. But this drink you brought is pleasant to the nose. Coffee, you said. I have heard many things about it. Oh. Bitter.
Poor guy. I was expecting more from a man of your size. For God's sake, Regulus, keep an eye on your first mate here. Wow, he's so out of it right now.
It appears that this apple's abstinence from the bottle will have to begin anew.
Vertin, finally! I was looking for you. Hello, everyone. We have a big announcement to make.
我们要结婚了。
Sophia's just completed her proof and found her number. Oh, don't worry about the swallows. They're going to fetch 6 for us. He's napping in the Hall of Aperon, an excuse to not join the party.
Not so fast with the announcement, 37. People will find out sooner or later. Thank you for helping us, Vertin. We wouldn't have made it without you. And I look forward to our continued collaboration with the Foundation.
No. None of this makes any sense.
Oh, enough business. People are having a party here. Well, what do you say to this lovely captain who just picked up some food for you?
My apologies, Regulus. I was too focused on linear regression formulas.
Ah, that's all right. Wasn't me getting stuck in the kitchen roasting rabbits all day anyway. Unlimited supply of honeyed rabbits all day today!
I heard Sophia is making her announcement today. I'm curious which number she will be.
Care to wager on that? I'd say she's a multiple of 3.
Then I'd say she is a multiple of 139. I have to admit, she has a good number. A number 100 times better than me. 6 and 210 put together.
Calculating. 37 plus 6 plus 210 times 100 equals 2.
Oh no. She is not 25,300. I doubt anyone could live with themselves with a number that long.
You haven't met before. This is a moo, my white rooster. A moo, this is Burton.
A white rooster?
真蓝是会做恐怖游戏。
Something's not right. None of this is right. Something's happened on the island. I must still be in the cave. I have to get out of here.
Who ate beans?
哟，这就到打咱公鸡的时候了。
And a white rooster. These are supposed to be taboos on the island. Is this an illusion brought on by the fog? Or a new trial? No. Something's not right. The flow of arcane skills on the island has changed. I need to get rid of them first. My surroundings changed. Is all this still an illusion? Looks like the way we came. To take me somewhere.
这段咱就跳过。
Beans isn't going away.
Hold up to skepticism. We are a measure of a.
这咱打的时候看过了，也就跳过了。
Search for.
37?
First is the circle, second is the square.
$37?
Is that you?
Put the triangle on the triangle and the rectangle on the rectangle. Perfect, as things should be.
哟，我操！
The emanation? Disorder and chaos. This can't be. This isn't right. How ugly! How inelegant! How could this be the revelation from the patterns of the transcendental law above? How could such a terrible answer fall on my ears? I can't tell the others about this. There must be a mistake. I need proof. I have to go out there.
Burton, my child. Are you here to partake in sand play as well? No matter how oft we arrange them, the sight of them never grows stale. Alas, I shall destroy it.
I think I had a terrible dream.
What did you dream?
Regulus claimed Six's throne and declared this the rock and roll empire of irrational numbers. She took out a jar of coffee beans and stuffed one into my mouth. I'm relieved that I woke up in time, and you as well. Let's go, Vertin. We need to tell everyone the numbers. Do you hear that? So many people out there. Must be Sophia here to pick me up. I told her she can wait for me outside. Sophia!
Wait, 37.
哟，就直接打进来了。
What?
这回是不是到卡卡尼亚的剧情？瞅着像。
Mom, when will they give us the order to attack? What's taking so long? The island is just across the bay. We have men, weapons, supplies, everything. Just give us order and we will take to shore. Check out these bad boys. Anti-Arcanum weapons courtesy of the American from that Walden place. That creep just doesn't sit right with me. He's got that Arcanus stink about him. But his technology's solid and we needed it. We've got to get ahead of the Serbs and the Greeks.
Relax, Georgie. Leave the decisions to the big shots. I'm sure they'll just hug out the differences in the meeting room or something. Besides, you saw the monsters on that island. Can't speak for everyone here, but I don't want to die.
Screw the negotiations! Screw the committee! Like it or not, we were the first ones to find the island, not the Austrians or the Germans. Damn, those Arcanists have gone into hiding again. I swear I could see it from here yesterday.
天空都变油画了。
Are those bird-like creatures leaving in droves?
Georgie, Braza, leave them be! Come, play with us! George?
What a good opportunity this is. It's too good to pass up. We've got to act now. We will claim what is ours. This island belongs to us. It's in our territory and we were the first to find it. Why shouldn't it be ours?
The Austro-Hungarian Empire has officially declared war on Serbia. Russia is mobilizing in support of Serbia. Germany demands Russia to stop mobilizing at once. Germany is mobilizing. France is mobilizing.
Open the door! It's important! You have to listen to me! No, this can't be. Albert?
Clara, it's odd to see you so flustered. What's the matter? I'm headed to the business school. We'll talk when I get back.
Business school? But didn't you swear to never go back? Ever since your human classmate shot your arm in a duel. Wait, what happened to your arm?
Oh, Ethan. Yes, he wounded me. He had to prove his standing to the Brotherhood. There was no other way. But that's in the past. He gave me his arm, so now we're even. I have to go. I have to find Johnson, Raymond, and Herbert. That little rascal pushed Ilsa into the fountain. We have a score to settle. Take care, Clara.
No, Albert! Don't go!
The storm syndrome is spreading, Doctor. Stay any longer, you'll be infected too. Please, leave with me.
just met her at a coffee house last week. We were talking about her wedding.
Watch out, Doctor!
This is bad. They have lost their minds. This way, Doctor. We have to get out of here. This way, Doctor. We have to go back to your clinic. The Special Operations Squad will meet us there.
Marcus, you once said that there was another way to make things right. And then you did your part, as I did mine. But now, after all that's happened, please tell me, what's the point of us trying? Will we save them in time? Is there any chance that we can turn things around? The ritual you acquired, the one you said could save everyone. Is it working now?
Let me in. I have just one question. Why hasn't the project stopped yet?
Adler Hoffman, you have been removed from the team. You're not authorized to be here. You have violated
the LSCC safety management regulations? I brought them with me. You're welcome. If you cared about the regulations as much as you claim, you'd know that none of what's happening aligns with its guidelines. Even the head of Laplace has no authority to continue the experiment under these circumstances.
Get out of my face, Adler. I don't have time for this. We're in a state of war. Every participant has signed an informed consent form. If you are not part of this project, please leave immediately. We only have 18 hours until the storm. This is it. The first time we've made such a breakthrough in all 9 storms. Your sister gave up her life to take us this far. I hope you don't need me to remind you that.
Yes, she made the ultimate sacrifice, hoping that it would lead to a breakthrough. But instead, death continues to rise. How can you let this go on? I demand to know why the experiment is still going!
Don't we have enough crazies around here? Madame Lucy has important things to do. She has no time for you. Go cry to your therapist, human.
Important? What could be possibly more important than this right now? What happened to the humanitarian ideals of the Foundation? Are we now under the tyranny of machines? What's this important thing she's got to do? Reading the paper? Sipping on oil and charging up in a 230-volt bath?
这是不是那个 Lucy？
Is that you, Adler?
之前
Welcome.
说 Lucy 的本体是个活塞吗？
I am not in a suitable form to receive a guest.
就回归到最原始状
can
态。
you put me back in my body? I feel much better. Thank you. Oh, you have even put on a face for me. How sweet of you. I have noticed your icy gaze, Researcher Adler. You are yearning to correct the logic of this place. Well, I only said that to Simone out of courtesy. In reality, whichever body I am put into makes no difference to me.
The experiment, ma'am. Why hasn't it stopped? Are you going to pretend that nothing's happened? That no one died? Could it be that you and Ulrich, the awakened, being the tin cans you are, have no regard for actual lives?
Adler Hoffman, I will not warn you again.
Relax, Adler. You are led by a biased opinion because you lack critical information. A common defect in all cognitive processes.
一说一真的，就
I
是
believe
音乐
you
真
will
的
shift
绝
to
了
a。more rational
好喜
perspective
欢这个
once
后
you
边
receive
这
sufficient
段的 BGM。
information on the subject.
A more rational perspective? We are humans, not machines. We are not expendable parts. I have plenty of reasons to question your decisions. Your excessive insistence on this experiment could be a sign of uncontrollable behavior, a trait commonly seen in arcanists.
The experiment has been cancelled everywhere. Except for this very room.
What?
As you and Researcher Medicine Pocket have said, the ritual is beyond the limits of almost everyone here. The side effects will kill them before the ritual can even take effect. The first wave was inevitable. Dora had pressed send before she disintegrated. We only managed to halt the subsequent transmissions and evacuate the unaffiliated staff. We kept only a few arcanists on the team, and each has signed the consent form.
Forgive me, ma'am, but I have to use your argument against you. You too are guided by a biased opinion, an overly optimistic one. Because you have failed to properly assess the risks involved. We have suffered enough misfortunes just by uttering a few syllables of the incantation. We've talked about the limit of things before. You should know better and ask the rest of the team to quit the experiment. Your insistence will only bring calamity upon calamity on our people for nothing.
You might be right. But how is being right going to help us?
Huh?
You spoke of the limit. And I am surprised that it is you who brought it up. The physical appearance of humans has remained relatively unchanged since the Neolithic era. but their thoughts and civilization continued to evolve and underwent significant transformations. The achievements that humanity enjoys today were not given to the species by any one person with godlike powers, but were the result of the collective efforts of all human beings. Limits and boundaries must be pushed, or there would never have been room for development. There is no reason to believe that the limit cannot be challenged, especially when we already have the tools to do so. We must make progress happen.
Grandiose lies.
Lies? We have no choice but to go beyond that limit. If we do not break away from the storm, there is no future for us, let alone progress. We need to first determine all the side effects as a priority. This important step will help us compile data and eliminate the effects so our colleagues can use the ritual safely.
And who will try it this time, Madam Lucy? You're not going to test the side effects as the cost of lives, are you?
No. Thanks to Ulrich, we stumbled upon a breakthrough. You are right. It is time to send the other Arcanists home. Only the Awakened are needed here.
The Awakened?
律师唤醒者。哎呦。
The power is back, Mom. We are ready to resume.
是不是就是露西的那个？
It will take time to properly explain.
那个例会。
Please wait, Adler. We have yet to reach an agreement.
What? Are you experimenting? Here?
连地会稍微简陋一点。
La Unwa.
Wait, she's reciting it?
做牛逼，自己实验。
She's read the reports, right? She was there when Dora broke into pieces.
我意识唤醒者是那个机器人，原来是机器，后来有意识。
No. Simone, I cannot continue.
You fools! Don't just stand there! Stop her! Now! Who's going to lead us if she also turns into a pile of scraps?
Stay where you are, Enigma. You insisted on being here. You demanded to see this. Don't bring your pathetic, narrow-minded humanitarian values in here and tell us what to do. What do you know about us?
You can do it, madam. This is just part of the established procedures. Just a few more syllables, madam, and it will be over.
这西曼好狠。
Established procedures.
这西曼不去试。
I like that. Fear, Chloe.
挑战了。
Was that all, Simone?
Yes.
Good.
完了，GG 了。还是行，本体还是保留下来。自动联播打开，这个可以点个关注，以后会常看。
She's dead. This is what you wanted to show me? To watch her utter a curse that's always brought death, only to die in vain? And you just
肉体毁灭，
let it happen?
精神永存。
Calm down.
Calm down. She's dead right there. You murderer.
We have already repeated this experiment many times.
Many times? What? You've sent people to their deaths over and over again?
Look at you, Adler, peeing your pants over a curse. The human boy is so scared that he forgot to ask the crucial question. Did the ritual work?
But what do you mean? The curse. The side effect killed her. The experiment failed. Is that not what happened?
No. Triggering the curse and failure are two separate things. I was the first one to recite the incantation, way before Dora. When I read it aloud, it worked. I felt the warmth of a miraculous blessing on my head. Soft, light as a feather. I told Madame Lucy right away, but as soon as she left the room, the curse hit me, and I began to liquefy. There was no one else in the room. My liquid form had become too insubstantial to push the help button. A long darkness followed. After that, I woke up again in my original primitive form, the way I first came into this world.
Original primitive form?
Unlike humans, the awakened have neither flesh nor nerves. We are pieces of consciousness, echoes of a primordial melody that just happen to reside in material objects by chance. With a mind and a body combined, we could talk, learn, think like you do, and perform the experiment and endure the side effects. And this curse, for some reason, cannot affect the primal consciousness that caused our awakening in the first place. While human minds dissipate when their tangible bodies are destroyed, our minds reawaken regardless of the changes and destruction of our external bodies. Of course, this was an assumption based on idealized circumstances, and I needed another awakened being who could awaken in different bodies to confirm my theory. That is why I sought out Madame Lucy for cross-verification. The results?
Yes, it was an assumption! You said it yourself! You came back to life this time! But what about the next? Nothing is for sure in Arcanum. What if she never wakes up again? What if she dies for good?
We know what we are doing, human. Stay out of this. Only the Awakened can carry out the experiment, so we must proceed. This has nothing to do with race. It is a sense of duty that every researcher should have possessed when they chose this path. We have to go beyond the limit. Not out of madness, but out of rationality.
We seem to have replicated effect number 2. And 117 of the Coleman Lab's protective rituals were proven ineffective. Write it down, Simone. This is the 4th time we have seen it. Also, number 45 and 69 are related to it.
声音有点像那个机器人。
We need
之
to
前
speed up. This
欢迎
is too
艾骚
slow.
来踢，晚上。不太像之前那种有情感的。
Adler, what are you doing here? I am glad to see you out of your room and working with us again.
No, he's not on the team, Mum. He forced his way in here.
Oh? My apologies. I seem to lose a small amount of data when I reawaken. Still, I am glad that you are showing initiative, Adler. Were we supposed to talk?
No. We have nothing more to discuss, ma'am. Ulrich has filled me in on everything. But I still worry whether the experiment's risks were properly assessed.
Assessments will only be assessments. Much is beyond measure when it comes to Arcanum. Perhaps faith plays a more important role here.
I'm surprised it is you talking about faith, ma'am.
It seems we both have the ability to surprise each other. You are right. Assessments could indeed be useful to us. It allows us to know the probabilities of success and failure based on established facts and past experience. But when we find ourselves in uncharted darkness, with no information or past experience to guide us, how are assessments going to help us? The only thing we have in such darkness is the unwavering faith to move forward. When the first steam engine whistled, I awoke into this world. At the beginning of this new life, my circuits were charged with a singular primal desire to progress. In the midst of that never-ending whistle, I have watched man build the towers of science and knowledge, and I have watched them unleash chaos and destruction. You too have been lost and deterred, but your engines of progress have never stopped churning. Always move forward, no matter the destination you told yourselves. Until the storm brought everything to a standstill. But this is just a small setback. We are only back to the beginning where we stumble blindly. And this time, I happen to have a cane. No need to worry about me. I will not shut down as long as there is still hope for progress. We have wasted a bit of time on data recovery. Come, Simone. Let us begin the next experiment. I hope to dissolve into paste this time, so we can easily handle it with a Coleman's ritual of transformation.
Seen enough? We know what we are doing, and you are of no help here. It's been the same old story in this place for the past 8 years. When your faith crumbled during the storm, it was us who took over the place and cleaned up after you. It was us who got things back up and running, put coals in the hearth, and blazed a trail when everyone was lost in the dark. I know you may not understand the intricacies of the Arcanum, but please, show some basic respect for our efforts.
Will you do the experiments yourself, Ulrich?
Of course. I am not some emotional, unhelpful little punk.
Do you still remember Adams? Adams, Roman, Adolf, Sylvia, Albert, Louise, those who were taken from us by the rain. Melvin, Francis, Caroline, Leopold. They volunteered for the field, but we never heard from them again. Now we have Dora, Richard, Dawkins, and Victor on the list. Life has a wicked sense of humor. My mentor, my classmates, my colleagues. Each of them deserved to live more than me. But they're all gone now. There's only me talking to you. Alive. Useless. Am I going to see your names on that list too, Ulrich?
Spare me the feelings, human. Though I will take back my sarcastic jabs at you, it is not something a leader should do. Madame Lucy talked to me about the importance of teamwork. Go back to your room, Adler. The Arcanists will take over from here. Until we get the results, you won't be needed here.
I will say this, Ulrich. If you survive the experiments, I will submit the sincerest application to never be on the same team as you again. So neither of us will have to worry about teamwork. How's that sound?
Haha. I will wait for that application, Adler.
Who's there?
Adler Hoffman from the cryptography team. Is Medicine Pocket in? I heard that they wrote a paper on the linear correlation between the purity of an Arcanist bloodline and their power. Can I get some more details on the research?
paper is here. Help yourself. Sorry about the stains on it. I just took it out of the trash. If you're looking for Medicine Pocket, I'm afraid they just left.
Left? To where? They left the building? Hasn't the countdown already begun?
Yes, and by regulations we are not to leave, but,
好了，
they
感觉很
said the
欢乐
new。 theory had to be verified in the storm.
已死无其他症状异于土壤，毛发泥浆化易是涣散，液体过敏，持续性大幅度脱水，身体呈比例缩小，全身脆化，无法反制。离开地面并使用特殊组织剔除后进一步观察，发生污质。保持干燥环境，控制水分摄入，持续输液，按照实验动物标准看护，施加固化周围会用棉花包裹。挺乐的，水流的引线，呦啊，哟，还有17个小时。
Ha! Fresh air, green grass, the dew, the mud. This is what I'm talking about. A better world.
Researcher Medicine Pocket, I must remind you that we are at the edge of the immunity zone to the storm. Once we cross the line, we will not only catch the storm syndrome, but also be taken by the storm at the end of the countdown.
I know that. How stupid do you think I am? Hey, isn't that Rudolph? The poor guy sent to Tunguska? Hey man, how was Siberia? Welcome back. Did you bring me any new research materials? Oh, you don't recognize me? You're breaking my
刚
heart.
认识的好朋友。
It's me, your best friend that you just met, Medicine Pocket.
Researcher, I must make clear that you only applied for 15 minutes outside for research purposes. Your countdown starts from the moment when you cross this line.
Okay, safety first, I know. Get off me, you're hurting my arms. I'll bounce as soon as the storm syndrome hits. Even if I catch it, look at the syndromes of this era. Distorted faces, murderous intentions, obsession
没
with
来之
war,
前可能都有。
rampage. What's got you so worried? They aren't that bad. Well, the melting faces part is kind of gross. I really wanted to test this in Vienna. Oh well, better than nothing. Alright, now, I'm gonna walk a little further from the immunity zone so the samples are easier to gather. The ideal distance is 1,500 kilometers, but, oh, don't worry, not gonna do that. Even I can't run that fast. Now behold, the important moment. When I prove the dorks in Laplace wrong about asymmetrical nuclide R.
Now, hypothetically, if the storm research were to succeed, two things should have been done. And to find out the safe way to use it, we have to... This is what Lucy was thinking. The Awakened met the casting requirements of the incantation, and Ulrich succeeded, while the other Arcanists did not feel the same miraculous blessing like he did. So as long as we eliminate the side effects, they'll be able to inscribe the incantation and mass-produce it for the humans. One problem is, only the Awakened can carry out the experiments, and there's not many of them around. It'll take too long. There's no way to do this in 24 hours. Heck, it could take months or even years. There must be something else we can do.
But you are not an Arcanist. Why should you play by their rules?
Yes, that's right. Let's try a different approach. What if I start with the desired outcome and work backwards to the question? The quickest and most efficient way to save everyone is to make them qualified casters of the ritual. They won't even need protective equipment if we can do that. The challenge is, how do we qualify the casting requirements? Medicine Pocket's theory is correct, and there's enough data and supplementary experiments to back it up. The power of Arcanists is directly tied to the purity of their bloodline, which is associated with the special cells in their bodies. Using arcane skills reduces the activity of the cells, but the Picasma extract can reactivate them for extended casting. However, the extract only provides endurance, not power. It is physiologically impossible for a low-ranked Arcanist to cast a high-ranked skill. That's the reality of it. If we were to compare the power of Arcanists to household appliances, let's say their normal voltage is 230 volts, and if the storm immunity ritual were a high voltage source of 1,000 volts, no, millions of volts, like lightning, the household appliances would be destroyed in an instant. As for the humans, they're not even in the picture. We cannot cast to begin with, and I personally didn't feel any blessing or curse when I recited half of the incantations that day. Think. How can I get everyone to meet the casting requirements of the ritual? Forget what's theoretically impossible. The Arcanum never gave a damn about certainties. I've been reminded plenty that logic does not apply to things like this. What about shortcuts? Are there records of transcendental rites? Significant celestial events? Sacrificial offerings? Or even Numa emanating ingredients that could boost the user's casting abilities? Wait, Numa emanating? Where have I seen that word before? It was in the files Ulrich told me to read. The Timekeeper's report from the Aegean Sea. Those islanders call the storm the emanation. Why?
某神秘的热心市民说，啥游戏还说洋话呢
？1999重返未来1999，他们这个游戏的特色就是配音，不是英文配音。像很多二游都是偏向日系的，还是偏向欧美。 某神秘的热心市民晚上好。
某神秘的热心市民说：“洋气的。”
对的捏。而且其实不只是那个英语，还有什么意大利语啊、德语啊，乱七八糟。
Somebody help! You're not really here for revenge. And it wasn't you who pushed away the books and opened the door. The invisible ghost. Victor, did you do that?
Researcher Adler!
What happened? Any progress?
Yes, Researcher Medicine Pocket has proved their theory right. They have successfully found the asymmetrical nuclide R in the air before the storm, even if only a trace.
What did you say?
They came up with the idea because the nuclide was initially found in the raindrop samples of the storm. They deduced it also exists in the air before the storm occurs, like the water droplets in the atmosphere before rain. So now, we can extract it directly from the air, without waiting for the timekeeper to bring the raindrops to us. This will help us a lot in the mass production of the protective gear.
No way. The emanation. Asymmetrical nuclide R. She was right. The ritual works. Any arcanist can use it. And the solution was right in front of us. I didn't need to boost the caster's abilities. With the right setup and materials, the world before the storm is already an enormous stage for performing the ritual. It's like a charged pylon just needing a cable.
Mr. Adler?
说白了就是得站在外边试。
Thank you, Miss Whoever, and thanks for letting me know, Dawkins and Victor.
吓我一跳！我操，耳膜爆破。
It's me, Ulrich. Let me in. I need to see Madame Lucy. Tell her, I found a way to transcend the limit.
肌肉酸痛可怜人，笑死！
We don't have time. I'll spare you the technicalities and explain it straight. Our biggest problem is the limit of the bloodline. Low-rank arcanists can't command high-rank arcane rituals, similar to how household appliances can't withstand what's beyond their designated voltage. In most cases, the caster can only use their own arcane circuits that run through their inherited bloodline. But what if the caster were in a special electric field? What if we used existing circuits on the outside and put the caster into a greater circuit? What if we factored in the entire planet and used the atmosphere to split the current flowing through us by adding more appliances to the circuit?
Don't be ridiculous, Adler. We are not household appliances.
Hold on, let me finish. 24 hours before the storm, the entire world is charged with abundant arcane energy. It becomes a space emanating pneuma, a cloud ready to discharge, a special electric field. Look at asymmetrical nuclide R. The key to the storm immunity was inside the storm all along. And look at how the Mandragora is the antidote to its own poison. The solution can be hidden in the question itself. The arcane energy a caster inherently lacks can be borrowed from the surroundings during the storm. We just need a way to induct that energy.
海岛之前免疫暴雨的方式。
And Laplace happens to have all the data for the calculations.
海岛之前不是说
observation systems we've built
他们的
over
那
the
个
past 8
方式
years
是
have not
信
been
仰
in vain. First, we derive a formula to determine the pneuma needed from the storm based on the Arcanist lineage. Then, we'll design a converter to transform the external pneuma into what they can use. They will no longer be bound by their limits. With just one calculation and one conversion, we can turn anyone into a capable caster.
I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time listening to you. What are you saying, Adler? You made up a confusing story, then drew conclusions from it.
The second part is purely theoretical, I admit. But the basis of my theory is correct, and I have read Medicine Pocket's paper.
But Arcanum is not electricity! You're too caught up in your excitement to remember the basics. You know nothing about Arcanum.
It's still a form of energy, yes? No one here knows what the storm is, but we do know that it's a massive arcane energy field. We can harness it, much like Arcanists use arrays to amplify their incantations.
I see what researcher Adler is trying to say. A creative solution indeed.
But ma'am...
Do not worry, Ulrich. I also have noticed that humans could be smart and stupid at the same time. Perhaps that is why they need to have their work peer-reviewed.
Thanks?
There is a type of electrophotography invented by Semyon Kirlian and his wife Valentina Kirlian in 1939 that depicts the energy field surrounding an object or body. It was later used by Laplace as a method of measuring arcane power, notably for the storm observation systems. Through it, we are able to capture and measure the arcane light or aura that is invisible to the naked eye. The plan of researcher Adler is feasible. Laplace also has the technology to support it. We have the storm observation stations, the capable casters, and the best mathematicians. Ulrich, please ask Miss Titer to lead the calculations, then experiment outside the safe zone and record the pneuma constant needed for casting the incantation. And do not give the incantation to anyone. I doubt they can resist trying it. Simone, please contact Researcher X. His balancing helmet could be the prototype for our converter. That helmet balances the energy field in and out of our bodies, and was once used to protect researchers working with dangerous arcane skills. We could boost its power and use it as a substitute for Adler's converter. But we should postpone their testing request until we have completed our experiments on the side effects.
What about me, ma'am? Should I go with the calculations team or help with the converter?
Right. I wanted to talk about that. You have proven to us the value of human thoughts and perspectives. I am glad that your struggles with the bottle did not damage your brain, Adler. I am confident that your discoveries will save many lives in the storm once implemented.
The bottle. But it's been 7 years.
But you overlooked one thing in your plan. What about your people, the humans who can never cast incantations?
They were not included in the plan. I just came up with something that took the least steps to reach the desired outcome. To save humans, they'll have to rely on equipment. Only when we have better control over the ritual can we store it on arcane devices for mass production.
Then you should go perfect it.
Huh? We only have 16 hours and 30 minutes until the storm. There's not enough time to...
The feasible part of your plan is in motion, and all of Laplace will provide the help we need. We will make it work. As for yourself, perfect your plan so we can save everyone, including the humans. And we only have 16 hours and 30 minutes to find a solution.
Understood. I will think of something. You're right about this one.
There was no way he overlooked his own race. Yet, he still gave up his own people and brought this plan to us. Were we too hard on him?
Were we? But I made the right decision.
Yes. Yes. We will provide the tech support. It was Xeno, Mom. They lost contact with Team Timekeeper 3 hours ago. They're asking us for tech support. They have to make contact with the island immediately.
是不是就又回到岛上了？
I won't be in there for long. You can wait for me on the beach if you want, okay? No! 37! Don't! Where? What happened?
一种仪式，神秘学图典。8年来第一次真正上班，乐。万物皆属，看看。这张多少？还能看2张，还能看2张，还能看2张，咱就下播了。明天接着看。
I remember now. The island fell ill, and 6 summoned all the integers to the cleansing ceremony. 37. She went to Apiron. They tended to their missions. I went to the square to pray for them, and then... there was an earthquake. The human army? Wasn't the Foundation mediating the disputes? Did they betray us? I need to calm down.
，
I I need to find the others. Slow down and breathe. Stability is an essential virtue to becoming an integer. Okay. Let's clean up the place first. Ena eftegromot mima. Schematizete otam enosume diosimia. The incantation didn't work? Did they fail to perform the cleansing ceremony?
他们所求的人类能用的转换针，而且这个当当这几声真的是有点掉三。
Is that 42?
No one survives the oblivion.
His hysteria is acting up again. I should help.
Die, you lunatics! This is our land, right from the beginning!
No. No! Be calm. Be stable. Think. I have to go check on him. I can do this. Stay calm. He is divided into two numbers. 6 and 7. I have to find the others. I have to tell them about 42.
Sophia! What are you doing here? Get to the shelter! It's them!
快，变2和9了。
Miss 18. No. I can't. This can't be happening. I have to keep it together. Move. Sophia. Get to the cave. Find
Sophia! I'm so scared. Everyone's gone crazy.
It's okay. I got you. Come out now, Lacey. We will go find the others.
No, I don't want to see them. They will go crazy. Everyone.
Lacey? Your face. Her soul has tilted toward excess. This is wrong. I am the corrector. I have to help her, or she'd get herself killed. I have to right the wrongs here. Come on, Sophia. Keep yourself together. Keep your soul in balance. 37. I must find her. I promised it to her. She is going to be fine. She's a prime number, and prime numbers are not as divisible as the others. She will pass the test of Apiron and receive the transcendental truth, for she is the genius, the wise one, who returns. We will right the wrongs and restore things to how they were.
Sophia! You really waited for me! What happened to your clothes? Did you fall on your way here?
"37, I'm so glad to see you. You passed the test. You did it!
You seem emotional. Why? I told you it wasn't going to be difficult.
37. Things don't seem right out there. "37, you have seen Apiron, right? You asked the question, didn't you?
Yes, and I got the answer. The answer that will save us from the emanation once and for all. And the answer is...
Is that it? The one true answer from Apiron is a string of numbers?
Yes, because the transcendental truth is beyond the limit of our mortal flesh. It cannot be described by words, seen by eyes, interpreted by logic, or perceived by the senses. It is passed to us in a form we can understand. Numbers. This is the key to the truth. Give me some time and I can decode it.
Time. 37. How long do you need?
A month or a week. I will spend all my time working on it. It is not an easy question. Could be the hardest one I've ever dealt with in my life. But I will get there. And then we will be freed from all these problems once and for all. Even if we don't know its meaning yet, it will eventually lead us to the kingdom of truth. Sophia? Why are you crying?
That long? 37. A truth that distant won't change. What's in front of us now? No. Calm yourself, Sophia. I have to.
You seem astray, child.
哦，来了，这段是不是就加入了
And sad. What pains you so? Has the truth not graced thee with its miracles?
武汉 X 只剩16个小时了，量产化。得看下一章，咱就下播啊。
How did this happen? I passed the test. I was granted the truth. I have the answer with me. What did I do wrong?
No, 37. None of this was your fault. Hysteria has come to this island, and people are caught up in it. It is the storm syndrome, taking the form of war. Has it been 6 hours since we entered the cave? That strange dream. It lasted longer than I thought. This is bad. The plan we have with Zeno. "37. I have to go.
I have to find Sophia.
"37.
呦，老哥不会记了吧？
6, you seem...
Have you passed the test? On what question did you seek its knowledge? And what answer did it give you?
Six, weren't you going to perform the cleansing ceremony? And Sophia, she...
Please come up to me, Miss Verton. I wish to have a word with you. "50 strides from here, on the semicircle square, you will find your friends and the rest of our people. I have done as much cleansing as I could. If nothing goes wrong, they will regain consciousness soon."
May I know what happened during the cleansing ceremony? 37 and I each had a bizarre dream after the earthquake. Did everyone on the island fall asleep too?
The island's order is forged by our faith. And now that faith has been broken, that is all there is to it.
What did you say?
Upon our arrival, I sensed a large-scale ritual surrounding the island. A Is that the circle you kept talking about? Was it broken during the ceremony?
No. The ceremony was just a ceremony. It was never the source of our faith. Our journey was ended by the same thing that began it, Miss Verton. Which is the truth.
It doth not surprise me. The wise, so blinded by their pursuit of knowledge, they oft neglect the harshness of reality, a common downfall of the contemplative. Pray tell, in the midst of such overwhelming destruction, where has their vaunted wisdom gone? And what good does it bring in this final hour? I can hear thy weeping and bellowing within, Miss Sophia. Many a time you have knelt at the temple of truth, devoted yourself, prayed for your people, and withstood the tribulations set upon you, all for the betterment of others. Thy character is without reproach.
boss 制片 ，boss 制片可还行。
Yet the truth has never deemed you worthy, has it?
No, that's not.
You shall be granted a greater opportunity. A blessing that befits thy devotion.
No, that's a violation of the scripture. We shouldn't.
The scripture? Yet you were never truly counted as one of them, do you not agree? As evidenced by the decision that truth hath made.
啥玩意儿就拜拜，我这还没看完剧情呢，就拜拜，还有10分钟呢。其实也可能也不也。
我知道你要睡觉了。
是的，你看完剧情我要睡觉了。欢迎跳的好死啊，晚上好，晚上好。
No one escapes their fate, as
看完这段，
ever.
看完这段就结束了。对，当初是他自己不敢看丢的。截图。
哎，
等会儿啊，等，截图小卡了一下。好。
跳的好想说，哦，前面都还记得呀。
不是，是那个刚才那个，哎，是那个他们提醒我的时候，那弹幕提醒我的时候，想起来了，是有那么一段剧情。我这切了这么多，截上了吗？我想做个封面，到时候投到油管去。OK。
哎。
I don't understand.
欢迎幻想乡的白酒笑是吗？那个字。晚上好，晚上好啊！
I know the answer given to
拜拜
Momo
拜
was
拜。
right. The transcendental law is gone and the supreme existence is in chaos. This caused our model to fail and allowed the discord in the phenomenal world to affect the essence of things. But did the truth really fall apart? Chaos is also a form of truth, is it not? Just like how irrational numbers are numbers. Despite our dislike of them, they still exist and cannot be denied. How did this become the destruction of all people's faith?
You will hear no answer from me, 37, for that is not the question worthy of your attention. Do you still remember what you answered to me in the cave? That would be enough then. Don't waste your time on the collapse of the faith. Don't question yourself because others think differently. Walk on, onto the path you have chosen. You have done nothing wrong. Miss Verton, I'm afraid I must trouble you for a favor. As you can see, I can hardly take part in this matter for any longer. Should the situation turn for the worse, please take 37 to safety and assist her in decoding the numbers.
You have my word.
We are born facing a choice. Either we restrain ourselves and strive for harmony and discipline, or succumb to destruction fueled by passion and madness. Though the former may be challenging, the latter will only plunge us into eternal darkness. From 1 to 10, each number has its moral purpose and mission. Among them, only 6 was chosen to be the leader.
Because 6 stands for balance.
Yes, we must pay heed to the balance between passion and reason, so as to stay on the right path and not be led astray by the calling of our blood. For generations, we committed ourselves to the scripture and stayed true to what we pledged. We left the trivialities and troubles of the phenomenal world behind and served the supreme existence with the fruits of our knowledge. This kind of faith was how the island prospered, and it was the source of our salvation. Through diligent practice and contemplation, we managed to remain secluded and independent from the rest of the world.
The irrational numbers that your people rarely appreciate, are they faced with a different path? A path of passion and madness?
We have been long isolated from the outside world by one emanation after another. 4 years ago, we tried to seek proof in the outside world, but failed. We regrettably lost some of our best scholars and friends in the process. However, it was not the failed attempt that led to this upsetting situation, but a crisis from within. Now with our ship capsized and our scale fallen, I am no longer able to reconcile the tilt of people's hearts and souls. We will be divided. The fanatics from the foreign lands can finally spread their hatred amongst the ruins of our shattered beliefs.
I will stop Manus Vindicte.
Forget not your promise, Miss Verton.
Six. We came to bid you farewell. Everything happened here proves you to be an incapable leader. Your preachings of moderation and reconciliation were nothing but excuses for cowardice. Where were you when the humans dropped bombs on us? What did your cleansing do to help us? If those virtues are meant to be the virtues of an integer, then I would prefer to be a fraction.
Please listen. The integers were unconscious during the attack because the ceremony was...
Out of my way, 37. You knew nothing about what happened. You were in that cave having fun with your little games. The envoy from Manus Vindicte was right. We have grown too complacent on the island and have forgotten how to fight. We foolishly believed that staying out of conflicts would guarantee us everlasting peace. Now, open your eyes to the humans' atrocities against us. How can we not seek revenge for our spilled blood? We must act and reclaim what was taken from ours. That is the true meaning of salvation.
It is true that I was absent earlier, but please listen to me. Everything will get better because I already have the truth with me.
The truth? What good will it do right now? Will it drive out the humans? Will it reclaim our home? Will it bring back our deceased friends? Pasastas ortas gonias isas alilesine. What salvation did your truth bring when steel pierced our chests? Manus Vindicte granted us the power to fight back. What did the Foundation do?
Don't waste your time with these integers. The Foundation's envoy is here. It is clear they have taken the side of the humans. Kill the envoy. Cut off her head and bring it to our mother!
What? You...
The mask has robbed them of reason. There's no point in talking further. Take 6 to safety, 37. I'm the one they are after.
Then how are you going to...
I will meet with Sinetta at the square. This radio is with them, and we will contact our people from there. Don't worry. We had a plan against the Manus, and we can still carry it out. Now, on my mark. Run!
龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说拜拜。龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说我下播了。龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说我爸在后面晾衣服。龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说只能闭麦了。龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说明天见。龙泉杀 Sans 下划线 CH 说接着看1999剧情。